Alright, time to hope I have enough to get through here.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Right. Napoleon's immune to conviction and politics.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius? Yet another one with delusions of grand honey. I couldn't have hoped for better.
Well, I will lose one and gain one. I mean, lose one, gain two.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. It's a beautiful weapon. Lovely day, my dearest son.
So at least in that sense.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Carmelite water is very, very
My dear
welcome. And I am maxed on golden elixir.
My dear Napoleon. There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
Alright, the pistol is Napoleon's.
French actor Talma is Nero. Amber.
Okay, it's good that I got mixed up. Coins, something.
French actor Talma is Nero in
Yes,
Britannicus,
yes, I know.
the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
I know and I don't care.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know.
Right.
You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Okay.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you. What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight, so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No. Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an
Well
idiot
then.
I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. Must surely be his
I get a
military
point back?
side. I wish they all could be like that.
Oh, okay.
My investigation would be finished already. Someone saw you not far from the victim's room.
Oh
Can
wait,
you
I
tell
already
me what
did
you
that.
were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is
Yes,
an
yes,
idiot.
I know.
I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
Were you able to recognize the prowler?
Unfortunately not, no. It was dark,
I
and Lord
figured.
Mortimer was waiting for me. I was not really paying attention anyway.
Excuse me for insisting, but if you saw him or her, I'm sure you would have more information than that. It's just that you don't think it can be of help to me.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Was it a woman, for instance? Bearing in mind that all the women here wear whalebone dresses, which is rather noticeable.
A man, I should say. I don't recall seeing the silhouette of a dress.
You see, you saw many things, in fact.
Hang on. Laissez-moi réfléchir. Let me think a minute.
A wig? His height? The sound of his footsteps, maybe.
Ah, his height. Oui, somewhat imposing. A tall man.
Okay.
And straight.
That was true.
As for the rest, I don't know, Monsieur de Richet.
Not to worry. That's already quite a lot. Thank you for everything.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
I think that one actually went better than before. Now the real question is, do I want to go to Peru's room? Or do I want to go to room? I mean, it would make sense to go to Peru's room, is right there, but I think I went to his last.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
Also, I do still have to.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
I do still have to get the key and open whatever that is in Emily's room.
President George Washington.
On account of suspecting that on account of suspecting that I won't be able to get back in there again. That's what I meant. Oof. The thing is, I'm not sure if you need to get X number of, like, X amount of evidence to properly,
Has Sir
Excuse me,
finished
get it.
with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of
I'd
this room?
probably be able to
Miss Adams,
pinpoint
sir.
things.
We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished
No,
with this room?
I haven't gone over everything yet.
Sir may take his time. When Sir would like to leave, Sir has only to tell me.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you.
Now, honestly, you had some royal jellies.
Clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime. Pentagram? What the hell's been going on here? I wonder if Elizabeth's death has anything at all to do with this pentagram. If a ritual went wrong and degenerated, Elizabeth would probably have been killed in the center of the pentagram, not 3 meters from here. That's strange. A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here?
It's just...
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
Oh god. That was absolutely needed. Collect the coins. Like Carmelite water.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into a polite society. A notebook written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
Yeah, none of which I
June
know.
11th, 1791. August 24th.
By a circle-shaped key.
August 24th, 1792.
There's the pistol, which I'm supposed to believe was Napoleon's.
Pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Comment on it being. But it was probably taken by Mr. Prue.
A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France. There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there. It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently. Right. I shall have to find its owner. Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear. The color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
And I suppose there is the possibility that his mother did it.
Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America.
Right. Next on Devil's Thorns.
Blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Yes, they're like trying to say Peru, but I don't think it is.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size.
I can't
Must be
believe
from a
imagine
woman's
not
hand.
being detective and doing this. Like imagine
The blade is
if you're
short
like
and thin.
political
Well
guy or
sharpened,
the occult guy
apparently.
and you're like, oh,
It's
I
covered in blood. Still
don't know any of
fresh.
this stuff.
The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand. Knocked over bottle of wine.
Well, I can't analyze the smell.
What kind of plunk is that? Hey,
Oh,
it's a Bordeaux. That's a Chateau de Briand. It's a great wine. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
don't you be getting me drunk off of just sniffing the wine. What are you doing, game? Let's investigate the blood
Poor
stain.
girl bled to death. Whoever left that footprint has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru?
Well,
Washington,
yes,
maybe.
but I don't think it was either of them. I mean, it could be, but it's probably not. Realized there was something I missed in the corner. Can we maybe close her eyes, you know?
No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. No marks or bruising around the wrists. Doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Right. See if I can grab this.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Please give me something.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing
Another
is barely
golden elixir.
legible.
Oh, back to it. Lies in the body. Yes, we already did this.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. Direction the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated, possibly held by someone or something. More tattoos.
Like they really want to make you
Similar
think
to
it's
those on the
Peru
rest
here.
of her body. There are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
Right, and mastering the pain, she can
Scarring, ugh.
do it herself.
Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts. I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy.
Eee.
Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around
no,
her neck.
no kidding.
Maybe mutilations.
Yeah.
She bled from the nose. There are signs of bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising. What a strange smell.
It's from the laudanum.
Laudanum. Certain courtiers use it to get drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Taken in large quantities, it can provoke fits of madness. I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood.
Yeah.
At first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
Ah.
Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin.
I don't want
Probably
to use
during
it for something
childhood.
that only has
The
2.
scars are anything
but
to go by. It's the same kind of tattoo as on the rest of her body.
Fine.
It looks as though the wounds were inflicted from a precise angle. As if the murderer was standing behind Elizabeth.
It being behind her. So it could be her. This. Else around looks like no.
Has Sir finished
I know
with this
enough now.
room?
Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Oh, I guess I gotta go see Peru now. Actually, no, I'll go to Emily's room as soon as I can get that chest open. Because I'll probably need whatever's inside to avoid running out.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
That's right, run it off, Drunky.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
That's true.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Oh, I hope I don't have to redo this bit for a third time. Because that would not be fun. Especially since my mind being what it is. I mean, I would like have to find out. Like, no, I'm too curious. I didn't realize there were coins in there.
2 coils circle the lock.
Okay, so it must be in Peru's room. Wait, what was that?
A fragment of amber.
Not sure how I missed it. Let's see. Alright. Let's think.